Well, the state of New Jersey ranks 10th in overall foreclosures, but the Democrats' plan for financial overhaul doesn't include mortgage giants Fannie and Freddie. Here's what White House senior advisor VALERIE JARRETT had to say to me about that on our show yesterday. Why is that not included, regulation on Fannie and Freddie, in the president's financial reform package?
Look, I think what we're trying to do right now is to look at the excessive risks that were taken by a very few number of banks, and that's what we believe actually led to the financial meltdown.
So you don't.
All right, we are rejoined by New Jersey's newly elected governor, Republican Chris Christie. What do you make of that? I mean, Fannie and Freddie did fan the flames of the original ignition in the financial meltdown. Well, and it's not even in the president's idea.
Well, listen, there's no question that Fannie and Freddie played a huge role in that, and I think that the more people look into this and investigate it, as I know they're going to, the more evident that's going to become. And so if you want to regulate, you should regulate everything that contributed to the crisis. And look at all of that and see what's appropriate.
Yeah, it seems as if they only looked back to 2007 when the market started to collapse, and then they developed their plan from that point forward. But let me ask you this. Will Republicans, as they try and come up with a deal with Democrats, will they bring this up? Will they say that the only way they'll come to the table is if we include Fannie and Freddie regulation?
Well, I don't know if they'll say that's the only way they'll come to the table or not, because obviously I'm not in the middle of that, involved in it.
Should they?
But listen, I think what they should do is make sure that this is fair, that it's not going to suppress capitalism and entrepreneurship in America. And I think also they've got to say these government agencies should not be without scrutiny. And they contributed mightily to the fall of the mortgage market.
Sure. And the fall of the mortgage market led to the Tea Parties and just kind of a groundswell of optimism that maybe the people can rise up and change things. And, you know, when you were elected in New Jersey, and then they had the election down in Virginia, and then Scott Brown in Massachusetts, do you think the people of the United States have had it about up to here with the status quo, and they want to shake up
I know
the genie bottle?
Listen, I know that's what's happening in New Jersey. I mean, I can feel it there. I'm there every day, and folks are really angry. They're angry.
Our taxes are just too high.
Taxes are too high, and spending is much too much at the governmental level. People want more of their own money back to decide for themselves. They feel insecure, and they feel that the government's ignoring them. And so in New Jersey, what we've been trying to do is to cut spending so we can cut taxes and return more money to folks.
And it's been very unpopular. You know that that's been very unpopular with a lot of the unions and a lot of the status quo.
Everybody has to come to the table and sacrifice.
But does sometimes you feel like you need a food tester?
No, I feel fine. You know, the overall majority of people in Jersey, I think, really like what we're doing and support it. And for those who don't, I can usually see them coming from a mile away.
Sure.
Ah, you got good eyes, huh?
Yeah, not
20/20 vision. Let me ask you this. There's been a lot of discussion about this VAT tax. A recent poll that Fox did shows that 75% of the American public would be opposed to that. You wouldn't be surprised by the fact that people don't want that, making us more like Europe, right?
No, listen, we just don't need more taxes in this country and higher taxes. We need lower taxes and lower spending, and we need to start imposing some discipline. That's what we're trying to do in New Jersey every day, and people don't want or need higher taxes. The government takes enough of our money already.
Well, Governor Christie, you've got about 150 email in the last 3 minutes, and a lot of them are wondering whether or not you could run for office in their states or just president of the United States.
And let me tell you something, I got enough problems to deal with in New Jersey.
Yeah,
you live there, so you know. I mean, we've got a lot of work to do there, and I'm completely focused on getting my job done right there. Every day, and I'm having a great time doing it.
Okay. Well, since you stopped by today, can we buy you a cup of coffee on the way out from Huddle House?
Well, no, I don't drink coffee.
What?
Wow.
No, don't.
Oh, my
All right.
goodness.
In the commercial break, please tell me your secret.